Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back here to talk about the week's most interesting news stories here for the week of May 30th, 2017, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Factual news.
Yes, that's right. Here we are back once again to talk about everything that's happening in the world and lots of exciting stuff coming up here today. I'm very excited to talk to this man, but I've seen him at least 3 times or maybe even 4 times in the last week in person. Here he is back from the dentist, the great Tyson Apostol. Tyson, you're not Novocained up or anything, right?
No, I specifically got all my dental work done without any medication so that I would be ready for the podcast.
Well, no, you should have gotten like the gas, and then this would have been
really
the best
funny
episode. Yeah,
super giggly.
Probably would have been the best episode for me, but typically people on Laughing Gas are mostly funny to themselves. Is that
not
incorrect?
That David after the dentist kid. That guy was a phenomenon.
Oh, that guy was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
I
you
feel like
could have
people were laughing. Were they laughing with him or at him?
Yeah, not with him probably.
Probably doesn't matter if you're trying to get attention.
That's true. Yeah, so I got a crown. It's a 2-step process, like Danny and I discussed earlier. So
Is it gold?
last 2 weeks ago, I asked for a gold one, and he just laughed at me.
Dude, go to a different dentist. What kind of customer service is that?
Yeah, I was like, "Is it gold?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Well, I kind of would like a gold tooth, guy."
You did say one time that you wanted a tiara, so this is as close as you're getting, I guess.
Yeah. So, well, these are made out of zirconia, so I guess they're a fake diamond.
Ooh.
But yeah, so last week they shaved my tooth into a nub, and this week they glued a crown on top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they gave me the option of having a filling, or they were like, we can do a filling, but it's on the corner of your tooth, and it will probably, because I chipped my tooth, and they're like, it'll probably just keep breaking off. But I wish I would have done that.
What were you
feel
doing?
like if I
Eating a jawbreaker?
Yeah. What were you
no
eating?
nothing. I just noticed it one day. I didn't ever notice it break or anything. I just noticed like a sharp spot on my tooth where there was a sharp corner from a break, and I lived with it for like 2 years, but it was getting more and more sensitive. So I finally went in thinking, oh, the dentist will probably make this better. And maybe he did, but I don't know yet.
You sound wary of dentists. Are you worried about what they might be doing while you're under the gas?
Yeah. Well, I was like, I never went under the gas.
That's probably why.
And I was like, what, if you feel this, it sounds like you're not going to really guarantee your work. And he's like, nope, not at all. Cause it should just break off again. And I was like, well, what about the crown? After I had the crown on, I was like, you're guaranteeing this? He's like, nope. Once you leave the parking lot, that's how a dentist operates, like a used car dealership.
Time to go to a new dentist. Won't guarantee his work. Won't give you a golden crown. I mean, who is this guy? Is he operating out of a van?
Yeah, he gave me a 20% friends and family discount.
Oh, 20% off. Also a bad sign. The guys that charge full price, they can be trusted.
That's
All right, well,
true.
let me introduce Danny. We haven't officially brought him in. That Danny, who has been celebrating a huge influx in new Instagram followers. Here's Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
Danny.
Yeah, so I've been getting tons of porn bots liking me on Instagram. A lot of people might see that as a bad sign, but that's just another follower. So chalk that up to my high self-esteem, right? Padding my stats with those porn bots.
Yeah.
I feel
You
like
must be doing something right because I'm not getting any porn bots following me on Instagram.
Yeah, there's an algorithm for it. So it's just like, number of selfies versus body shape and stuff like that. And they just assume that
Danny's doing
Danny's
something specific that's porn bot bait.
yeah, maybe it's my
he doesn't
hashtags
post
like
pictures
porn
of his
bot.
family or wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just assume he's at home looking at porn all the time. So the algorithm is if it's a single man who's mostly by himself in all of the photos, then they're like, this guy would really enjoy some porn bot followers.
Let's just say that the pictures I've been getting would be really helpful if I was taking some anatomy classes.
Okay.
I'm getting full on vulva it's shocking that that's what I'm getting in Instagram. So, I mean, if I was taking a class, it would be interesting and scientific, but I'm not. So it's pornographic.
So
so if you were in school, it would be science.
It would be science, but since I'm currently not enrolled, it's pornographic.
Because most of what Danny is putting on Instagram are like these vistas of like shots of nature. Tyson, is that somehow triggering the algorithm of like, oh, here's a guy who's posting these particular nature shots?
I think the loneliness. Yeah, Bergen had to leave. She was trying to push all the buttons on my computer. She was down here jamming a candy wrapper in and out of this like little crevice on this flashlight she found. Yeah. And that was like for like a half hour. And then she stopped doing that to push buttons on my computer. And
now Tyson's given me a perfect example of what may have happened. If you want to get out as a married man with little kids, you could just say that your little girl got a hold of your phone and started liking pictures on Instagram.
Oh, I would
led to the porn bot.
Oh, so I think the porn bot algorithm, what it did was it was like, okay, scan all of his photos. Okay, it's him by himself or him with another dude, and then let's scan more, very little human interaction, seclusion, deep dark seclusion, slightly negative sarcastic headline. This guy could use some cheering up with some porn bots.
Now let me tell you, there's a lot of bad press for bots out there, right? People can buy bots that comment, like, follow. I say fill Instagram with those bots, because those bots are just cranking up everybody's self-esteem. I don't care if a robot likes my picture or a human does. Yeah. Because as long as I don't know, it doesn't really change anything.
So Dan, are the bots just liking your pictures, or they're following?
No, they're following me. So it's padding my stats.
Followers. I'm not seeing any of these porn bots.
On my followers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got rid of them.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. What do you do? Just block them?
Yeah.
Because I was going to follow them.
I bet.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think
I want to see what they're posting.
What they've been doing is they post one picture of a naked girl, and then they write on her body the website you're supposed to go to so that they can infiltrate your computer and probably use
that is but it looks like it's photoshopped.
The writing?
Yeah.
See, look, Tyson's probably got a sex bot right now or porn bot on his phone.
I'm trying to find.
We're all trying to find. Right now, we're all on our
Danny's pictures are so macho that they feel like, oh, this guy must have
testosterone through the roof.
Yes, this insatiable sex drive that we can get him pretty easily with one of these porn bots. Right.
I'm gonna tag you in when
Don't
I find
tag me,
one.
Tyson. Don't do whatever self-destructive behavior or destructive towards me you're about to do. Don't.
I was gonna do it for Rob only.
Yes. Although I do like getting these sex bots following me, and then I show my wife, I say, look who's following me.
Yeah, you jealous?
Yeah. How does that feel? She's like, whatever. That's fake.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. What is fake?
They're real to me.
What is fake?
Okay.
No, I bumped into one of these porn bots like 2 days ago, but I can't. Not in person.
Where?
Just one of them followed me on Instagram. No, one of them followed me on Instagram a few days ago, and I was like, "Oh,
let me tell you how to get rid. Let me tell you how to get rid of the porn bots. Cut the internet off in Macedonia, in the Ukraine, in Russia, and I'm sure like 80% of the porn bots disappear.
But is that what we want?
Well, how are we going to counter fake news if we don't have it pumping out of those countries?
That's true.
Yeah. It's interesting. Is there a Venn diagram? Like, are the porn bots also like if they could get the porn bots, sending out the fake news? Also, I feel like that would be like that seems like the logical next step.
A real grand slam.
Right. You have these like lonely people on Facebook, and it's like, hey, this story doesn't seem real, but I want to believe it. I want to keep the conversation going.
The author's smoking hot. And I don't care about whether or not it's true. It's just look at the attractiveness.
Yeah. If anything, I've gotten recently, like I find the porn bots on Twitter, like I'll have like a tweet from like 3 years ago will be liked by some woman, and I'm gonna say like, what is this? Like, why did somebody say like I love Honestly, I think this happened. Somebody, somebody will like say, "Oh, News AF episode 5." Okay, oh, love this post, and then I look at it, and it's like, oh wait, no, this is a topless person
bot.
with like a phone
Yeah.
number.
But at the end of the day, who cares? We all feel great. Everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody wins.
So you get a like, you get a follow. It's a robot, but the robot's doing the Lord's work by boosting everyone's self-esteem.
Uh-huh.
I do an auto block. I just say, I don't know what can happen to my computer. I just
at the end of the day, you're going to get infected one way or another with a real world or digital disease.
Right. So this eventually ends up with me being blackmailed somehow. So I said, let me just block this. I don't want any of this aggravation. Got enough on my plate. All right, let's get into what is turning out to be a very litigious week for the candy industry. Let's start with this story about a man in Missouri who's filing a lawsuit against Hershey's for intentionally underfilling packages of candy, including Whoppers and Reese's Pieces. Danny, I know you have a sweet tooth, and so does Tyson, and look what happened to him with that sweet tooth. But do you
no more sugar daddies for this guy?
Do you buy a box of candy ever, Danny?
Yeah, and this guy I think has a case, because you'll go to the theater, pay $5 for a box of candy, open the box, and there's like 10 Skittles in it. Which, by the way, sometimes they're not even in a plastic bag. They're just in a box. So they're as hard as a rock, which is super dangerous for Tyson with his fragile teeth. And there's 10 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Why does movie theater candy have to be in a box? Because it's easier to stack?
That's actually a good point. Maybe it is a packaging, or rip you off by pretending you're getting a huge amount, but the box contains hardly any. A bag's harder to mislead.
This is not a new issue, though.
No.
This has been going on since the dawn of time. Since cavemen were first like, we should put treats in boxes.
Yeah.
Then it's been going on since then. And some of it they chalk up to like packaging, where like as things get kind of packed and fill in the cracks. But it is too much. It would be really nice to get a full box of candy one time.
This is on par with, like, I want someone to sue the airline industries for more room in the seats. I want this guy to carry through on his lawsuit so that the boxes either shrink down to the amount that you actually get, or they fill up to the actual box size itself.
Either way, because it'd be nice to travel with a little bit smaller box, but it'd also be nice to have more candy.
I just want to know what I'm getting for my $5 at the theater.
I don't know. At first, I was like, look, what do you care? You're getting the candy anyway. What does it matter how filled the box is? But I will say this, that if this was like in a store and I can like pick up the box and shake it, I can sort of get a sense of what's in there. But the movie theater candy is, behind a pane of glass. So I'm looking only at the size of the box. I can't pick up the Raisinets or the Goobers and shake it. I don't think there's that much in there. So
they have to take those out, take the ink exploder off of them before. Which one would you like to see, sir? Let me unlock this glass case and take this ink exploder off of it before you purchase it.
Theaters should just have, the minute you get in the concession line, a robot that turns you upside down and shakes all your money out. Because it is ridiculous how much a soda is. Like, you get a soda, a popcorn, a box of candy, and that'll be $35.
Although that being said,
what, Rob?
Are they doing you a favor though? Like, do you need, a pound of Raisinets at the movie?
Yeah. Do you need or want? Those are different things. Because
you don't even need half a pound.
Like, do we want Michelle Obama following us around telling us we can't have supersized Double Dews? You're going to want that supersized Mountain Double Dew, right, Danny?
Always, but if they don't offer Mountain Dew generally at movies, at least not in our theaters.
So who's shutting that down? And how's that make you feel?
But I think that, Rob, you should at least represent what you're getting correctly at the movie theater, because at those prices, come on, let's all be up front about what's in that box.
Yeah. So what should we have? A clear box?
Yeah. Or
yeah. Okay. Clear box is good, or a box that fits.
Yeah.
So how should the candy come? Like almost like if you were buying like some sort of like a drug deal, you want like a Ziploc bag of like, oh, can I get a gram of Reese's Pieces?
Yeah, you could do in bulk. Well,
Hmm.
here's the thing too, Rob. The whole movie experience is just a whole shock to your finances because it's like you're buying products that you're not familiar with all the way around. It's like I'm going to go see this movie that could be total garbage, but I'm going to pay a premium to do it.
Okay, so you're saying that the box of M&Ms, the box of Reese's Pieces, is almost like a preview for what you're gonna have, but is not necessarily in any way a reflection of. It could just be a good trailer.
Yeah, you may. I mean, that half box of Whoppers may really, really hit the spot, and you'll be pleased with them. But on the other hand, they could leave you wanting and totally disappointed. So if I were going to run a new business model, let's try a new business model. We'll go to the Sloth Terrarium with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A movie where it's all run off of like mobile payments. And what happens is you walk in the theater, and if you're still in the theater or at any time after the halfway point are in that theater, you get charged for the movie. If you leave before halfway and don't come back, you don't get charged.
Wow. Okay. This is
kind of like that gives you the ability to just walk out and not feel obligated to stay till the end of a crappy movie.
Correct.
I like it.
Right, because right now it's all transactional. That the movie industry, just like the box of M&Ms or Whoppers, is just all about an enticing package to get you to say yes. And
movie
then
trailers
once they make the sale, once they get your money, then it's like, haha, there was nothing in here.
Yeah,
we just got you with the packaging.
Yeah.
Movie trailers are like huge boxes, right?
Yes.
They put the best material right there. You're like, sweet, it's going to be a great movie. Then you open it up and realize that the box is 90% of what it was.
And that
There's
Adam
nothing in
Sandler
there.
got us again.
Yes. Yes.
Well, this
I've
is
asked
our
for
Adam
my
Sandler
movie back.
moment right now.
I've
We're all
asked for my money
realizing.
back for a movie a few times. I've told you this before. It's kind of a whole ordeal, like finding the management, having them either comp you a ticket or give you your money back. And it's like on my system, you wouldn't have any of that guilt or stress of like being the dick at the movie theater who's like, you know what, this wasn't very good. I'm not going to pay for a product I don't enjoy.
Okay, so Tyson, now are you worried that the movie industry under your model will then build towards an exciting middle climax and then have nothing going on? Like, do they get you to the point of sale where it's like, okay, stay in your seat or go, and like all the action builds up to there, and then it's sort of like a letdown after that point, Tyson?
If that's sure, but still you're at least getting your money's worth.
All the sex and boobies happens right at the middle of the movie.
If it's worth it for you to stay for that point, then yeah, I guess so. Or you could even do a different business model where it's like for every 15 minutes you're there, it charges you $2. Something
every
like that.
15 minutes you're there, it charges you $2.
Uh-huh.
Does candy come with that $2 every 15 minutes? A little, your armrest opens up and gives you 5 Skittles.
Yeah, it does.
That would be
it
nice.
actually, drops from the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Boop, 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 into your mouth.
Manna from heaven.
Yeah, I think you're right, Rob. They would start making movies differently if that were the business model. But I think that by that point, it wouldn't matter. By that point, it's like, okay, you're in it an hour if it's half of a movie, and you've already gotten an hour of entertainment if that was a good hour.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just getting back to the candy lawsuit, this man, Robert Bratton, is saying that he wants the company to pay back at least $5 million to its customers, Danny.
Sweet. So each of us will get 10 cents.
Mm-hmm.
No, we each get a half box of Whoppers to make up for the other half.
It'll tear out our fillings. Tyson, be careful. Stay away from those Whoppers.
No sugar daddies or
crown.
babies.
Right.
Are Whoppers the caramel ones?
Oh, our Whoppers,
Milk Duds.
That, like you bite into Milk Duds. That's what I was thinking. Those things will rip out your fillings.
Get away from Milk Duds.
Get away from there. Will the settlement be paid in sort of like one of those like giant like golf tournament checks, but then the actual amount on the check will be very small, Tyson? Is that how they should pay these settlements?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I
Like,
guess
hey,
they
what's
could do
this?
that.
Oh, let me open up this check.
Yeah, and it says $5.2 million, like at the size of a fingernail.
Right, maybe on the outside, like you may have you just got part of a $5 million settlement, and then you open it
Oh,
up.
so they're Oh,
So-
and then on the inside it's like $2.12.
Yeah,
So what do you guys think? Is he going to win?
No.
I don't think so. Big Candy's not going to
Yeah,
let
Big
this happen.
Candy. They've got their fingers deep into
the candy industry. Here's what the
Arcade
candy
Street.
industry is going to do. They're going to send him a box of freebies, and he's going to drop the lawsuit.
Yeah, he won't be able to talk. They'll send him a bunch of the chewy ones that what we were just talking about, and then he won't be able to say anything to the
Milk
cameras.
duds
Milk
or
they'll give him a-
Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, like
maybe
give him a
Laffy
touch of milk
Taffies.
duds. He'll go to the witness stand, his mouth full of milk duds, and they're like, "What? What
Yeah.
are you saying?"
Yeah.
Silent. by
Or
the
hit him with a giant now and later or something.
Yeah. So let's touch on another candy lawsuit coming up. A woman in California, she's leading a class action lawsuit against Jelly Belly for making her believe that their product was sugar-free due to fancy phrasing. The label of jelly beans lists evaporated cane juice instead of sugar, and she claims that this was to intentionally mislead the customers. Jelly Belly says this is nonsense, citing that the fact the woman could have read the nutritional facts to see the amount of sugar. Tyson, does she have a case?
Man, I don't think so, because a lot of people have been using that evaporated cane juice story for a while, and they do raise a good point. They're not necessarily trying to hide it, because the nutritional facts state how much sugar is in the product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that what's left over when you evaporate cane juice is sugary like goo.
It's only sugar.
Yeah, so to me that sounds delicious, but yeah, she's got no case. I've been to the Jelly Belly factory, by the way.
How is that?
It was awesome. I just wanted to dive headfirst into those beans. I just wanted all the pear Jelly Bellies.
Was Ronald Reagan there?
No, he was not there. He was actually dead at the time. But the problem is they mix all the good tasting Jelly Bellies with all the crappy ones. And so unless you can buy them from individual dispensers, Jelly Bellies are worthless.
Yeah. Nobody wants that many buttered popcorn ones. You want one to be like, huh, yeah, I guess.
That's the one time when you are glad when you open up the box of buttered popcorn Jelly Bellies, you're glad there's hardly any in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So does Jelly Belly really double dip, where if you get a box of the Jelly Belly, one, it's mostly air, and then two, it's the much cheaper to produce bad tasting flavors?
Yeah, like all the Harry Potter flavors are like pennies on the dollar compared to the other ones.
I doubt that.
Yeah,
The
like
good tasting flavors are the ones that are more expensive to make.
booger flavor is just
Yeah.
like.
I like
not-
coffee. You ever have that one? That's a good one.
Of course.
Probably.
Yeah, that's
I
a
always
good one.
buy the Costco version of the huge Jelly Bellies, and then I'll just throw a handful in my mouth just for, to spice things up on a boring
Yeah.
day.
On a
We call
boring
that
day,
this.
what, you just throw them all in your mouth at the
Yeah,
same time?
I don't sort
He
them
doesn't
out.
care. He mixes them all up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normally I pick through for the pear, the watermelon, the cinnamon. Those are the ones I like the most. And then
Wow.
after
Tyson,
that-
this is the kind of guy that the porn bots are targeting. The guy that's just gonna say, "Hey, devil may
throw
care
whatever in my
attitude,
mouth."
whatever.
Yeah,
I'll eat a handful of Jelly Belly. What's the worst that can happen to me?" That's who they're targeting.
guys,
God damn.
I just thought that maybe the porn bots are targeting me because I talk so favorably about AIs and robots in general. Maybe
Yeah.
they're like, here's a sympathetic guy.
T and AI.
Yeah.
You do a lot of drone footage on your Instagram too, so maybe they figure you're already having sex with your drone.
That's one step.
Yeah.
know.
That's the most dangerous kind of sex out there.
Yeah.
It's like you got sex with your drone or a
Drone
wild
sex.
tiger. Both are pretty
Yeah. Guy who's likely to own a drone, very likely to also be owning a sex robot in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
flying around his blow-up doll around the house with the tracking setting on. So his blow-up doll is always following him, being dragged by the drone.
Now,
Yeah.
Danny, could you explain what is the difference between evaporated cane juice and sugar? Is that a fancy name for sugar?
Cane juice. So I'm imagining that somebody on the assembly line is wringing out the juice from the cane, and then it goes into a hot oven that evaporates it and turns it into sugar. Sounds fancy.
I think evaporated cane juice is the term they use for organic sugar.
Yeah. Let's see. I did a quick search that the NPR has an article called "Evaporated Cane Juice. Is it just sugar juice in disguise?" Now, is evaporated cane juice? Are they evaporating cane juice, or are they evaporating cane to turn it into juice?
They're evaporating cane juice into sugar. So they squoze all the cane into a pitcher. They set it out in the sun. The sun evaporated it up into the atmosphere, but all that got pulled from it was the water, which concentrated all that was left in the juice until it eventually became a pile of sugar.
This is just another example. Everybody's looking for an edge, right? When it comes to marketing, either it's the big box, it's the evaporated cane juice. They all like to live like in the gray area of what's truthful and what's not. So this is just the Jelly Belly doing whatever they can to make their buttered popcorn sell a little bit faster.
Yeah. Okay. Well, be on the lookout for evaporated cane juice in your jelly beans, because you're still eating sugar. It's not a diet jelly bean. Okay.
Don't let them trick you.
Okay. And then this is not a candy lawsuit, but probably easily could be the next candy lawsuit that we're talking about. Skittles and Starburst are coming out with spicy flavors coming out this December. They're calling it Sweet Heat, Tyson. Are you interested?
Sure.
Let me tell you how this lawsuit's going to come about.
Yeah.
Have you ever purchased Skittles in a rush? Get in your car, open it while you're driving. It's dark, and you throw a handful of Skittles in your mouth. It turns out that you bought tropical Skittles, which are disgusting.
Why are you putting handfuls of candy in your mouth just willy-nilly all the time?
Listen,
the more you have in the mouth, the higher flavor concentration.
Yeah, look, I have to have something in my mouth at all times, and the better it tastes.
That's the kind of attitude that those bots are going after, Tyson. This is exactly what we're talking about.
So anyway, I see the lawsuit coming about when you buy Skittles. You don't even know they have Sweet Heat. It's nighttime. You're driving on Highway 1, up there in Northern California. You throw the Skittles into your mouth. Surprise, right? A flavor explosion you weren't expecting just throws you into like this weird
see that
state.
Coming.
You drive right through the guardrail.
Wasabi strawberry or some flavor.
Yeah, so you drive right through the guardrail down one of those steep embankments. Bam, lawsuit.
Okay. I see it.
$1 million
all
right
happening
there in a tiny
check. Officer, I was in a rush. I just grabbed the first Skittles that I saw down at CVS, and then I popped them all in my mouth. I was driving along, and I just was completely blindsided by the flavor. Was wasabi strawberry, I believe. Went right past the guardrail.
Guys, let's just say that I suffer from absent-minded mouth filling, right? Because something else happens.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I've been friends with you for a long time.
Let me tell you another thing that's thrown me off a couple times. I really like those Golden Graham chocolate cereal bars, right?
Yeah, but they make different flavors of them.
They make a peanut butter one that looks identical. And every time I've purchased one, gotten into my car, started driving, and bought into the peanut butter one, I nearly crash because it's so disgusting.
Yeah, so peanut butter is not a dessert treat.
No. It's only for CBJ.
I disagree.
Whoa.
It's wonderful. I love peanut butter.
I love peanut butter too, but not as a dessert treat.
Yeah. Danny, do you consume most of your meals behind the wheel of a vehicle?
Yeah, I'm actually the poster boy for reckless endangerment, reckless driving. I'm not even going to tell you how I should not be driving. That's why I want automatic cars to really come so that I can eat my taco and put hot sauce on it without driving with my knees.
While flying your drone and updating your Instagram to try and lure more porn bots in. Danny's actually he's a porn bot predator. So So he's trying to lure the porn bots into his Instagram.
I am
debating
Tyson,
the
I
bots?
am prey. I am porn bot prey. Okay.
Oh, you're prey? I thought you were predator.
No, I'm a timid little animal hiding from these monstrous porn bots that are seeking out all corners of the web to devour us. So I am
Think
prey.
it would be funnier if you were the predator that like feasted on the porn bots.
Well, I'm giving them a lot of attention right now, so who knows what's going to happen after this
They're
podcast.
going to hear this podcast.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. Well, pay close attention to this story, Danny. It's sent to us by John Fagan, that there is a cottage industry popping up about fidget spinner pornography. It exists.
Ooh.
It exists.
Good.
Now, the popular website Pornhub is saying that there were over 2.5 million searches for the genre between May 10th and May 22nd, according to this article from refinery29.com. They say that it is the top trending term for the month.
Wow.
This fidget spinner thing is just, it's out of control.
Yeah.
Right. And
It's
you
spinning out of control.
It is literally spinning out of my kids. I caught them watching what I would call spinner porn, which is when someone unpackages a spinner and spins it, and everyone's somehow enthralled with the spinning of this stupid.
Yeah.
It needs to stop.
See, the term fidget spinner porn, I think, is confusing here because that there are many videos, like when you talk about food porn, for the most part, we're talking about some sort of like gratuitous shots of food. Now, there's other things that you could probably also put in that.
Yeah, like nature porn is a hashtag or cloud porn or art porn or whatever.
But there's two things going on here. There is the videos about the fidget spinner going around and around and around. And then there's that combined with sexual situations.
Yeah, like a guy knocks at your door, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lady answers.
Right. There's like a woman from Danny's Instagram.
Oh, my roommate is just getting out of the shower. And then he's like, oh, I can come back later. I'm here to fix your cable. She's like,
yeah.
No, come in. He's like, oh, have you seen these new fidget spinners? And then he starts spinning it, and it cuts like the straps off of whatever dress she's wearing. I mean, is that are they incorporating?
Are you making this up, Danny? Or you've seen this video?
I'm thinking right now I'm probably writing one of the greatest fidget spinner porns out there. I think that's pretty good. But I think what they're talking about is what you mentioned before, Rob, is that it's probably people searching for unboxing videos of fidget spinners.
Well, why are they searching for them on Pornhub?
Because they're confused. Because they search for all their stuff on Pornhub, and they're like, "What? They don't have fidget spinner stuff on Pornhub? They have everything else."
Again, according to this article, fidget spinner curiosity was confined to a younger crowd, 186% more popular with visitors in the 18 to 24 age bracket than the older visitors are. I would think there's a good chance, Tyson, the older visitors don't even know what that is.
I don't know. You don't think so? It's kind of it's pretty crazy trend.
Yeah. I want to give the story one caveat, and that is our source. Refinery29 is one of those people or one of those sites that shows up at the bottom of a legitimate article with like, oh, Provo mom discovers how to beat traffic tickets. Mm-hmm. So I haven't done a search, but this is not a reputable site.
No, I don't think it's I'm taking a look at some of the other things they're talking about. It looks like it's certainly a lifestyle site, but I don't think that it looks like one of these sites that is a fake news.
So you're putting your reputation on the line for Refinery29, Rob?
Define lifestyle site.
Well, let me tell you the other headlines that are going on this site. There is the other stories on the front page right now are coming to terms with being Asian American. I mean, that's not really clickbaity or anything like that.
It's not.
There's a story about new rule could hurt women's birth control access.
Nope, that's not clickbaity.
15 summer sandals that'll never go out of style. Again,
That's BuzzFeed-ish.
Yeah, that's BuzzFeedy.
I'm just saying that I've seen
like
refinery
fake news.
I'm just saying I've seen Refinery 29 exist kind of on the periphery of real news. Just a caveat. That's all. Just a warning.
Right. You know, is it you know, Newsweek? Probably not, but it seems like it's you know, as reputable as like a you know,
USA Today.
Yeah, something in that milieu.
Mhm.
I was gonna say like an Us Weekly. Yeah. Something like that.
So you think it's definitely true?
And we won't know for sure until Rob right now does a search for fidget porn.
Well, I think fidget. Don't accidentally swap an M for the F on fidget.
Gotta be careful with your spelling, and it will autocorrect too. So you're gonna want to be careful. I don't know if fidget is a legitimate
spell
word.
it out one
It's
by
gonna
one.
autocorrect fidget
Into midget. Yeah. Guys.
Yeah.
Can we talk about my spider bite?
Oh, yes, I want to very much.
My face is itching. I don't know if you can hear me scratching and like trying to lift this up, but I have like a space like the size of a grapefruit on my face that itches, and I
use your light.
So I woke up. I'm going to use my light. I'm going to expose the truth here in a second, but I woke up like a week ago, and on the temple of my face, I had like what looked like a mosquito bite in the morning, but in the middle of the night, I woke up and there was like a sharp little pain, and it was a little sensitive to the touch. Like, not like a bee sting, but maybe if like a bee sting stung you through a shirt. So it's like a partial bee sting. That's what it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't feel a sting or anything. So Rob saw me when it was maybe more the size of like a quarter and really puffy. And it just kept getting worse. So after I saw you, it puffed up more and then started oozing and then scabbed over.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Then the swelling is not as swole, but it's bigger. So like under my eye and stuff, it almost looks like somebody punched me in the face.
Nicole was on top of it. Nicole was like the new
couple Benadryls and stuff. Yeah.
Let's see it, Tyson. I want to see it.
So
oh my God. So, Danny, describe it for the podcast listeners. What we're looking at.
I can barely look at it. Tyson's beautiful face has been marred by what looks like an open, gaping wound just to the side of his eye. It's red. It's puffy. It's probably oozing fluids.
Tyson, what bit you? Do you know?
I don't know, but I killed a spider in my bed this morning. But it didn't look like a brown recluse or anything. I like a brown recluse or a black widow spider bite are really the only ones to be like real worried about here in Utah, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think a brown recluse, I would have already had major tissue damage after a week of nothing. So I don't think it's a brown recluse. A black widow, I feel like you'd either have a reaction or not. Some people, I posted a picture of it on Twitter, and some guy told me he thought it was bed bugs. But I don't think we've ever had bed bugs. I don't have bites anywhere else on my body. I never had bites anywhere else on my body.
Did this happen at home or this happened on your trip?
This happened at home like 2 days before the trip.
Tyson, I have to ask, have you handled any fidget spinners used in a porn? And then touched your face?
I mean, haven't all fidget spinners been used in porn? I think that's how they quality control them. The companies are like, okay, send these to Pornhub.com, and then they'll send them back with the ones that are actually good.
Yeah, but they don't clean them off. That's why I'm asking, is that you probably touched your face after using your fidget spinner.
That could be. But honestly, do we have a doctor in the audience?
Best to go to a real doctor who exists in the real world, Tyson, than relying on the
digital. Do a guarantee on their work.
Yeah, well, I have a $1,500 deductible that I haven't spent any of, so let's keep that.
Did you ask the dentist anything this morning?
I thought about asking the dentist, but then I was like, he's not a real doctor; he's a dentist.
Yeah.
So,
ask him if he could squirt some of that filling material into that open wound.
Could they fill it?
Yeah, what should I do? And it's itchy. It's like pretty itchy, but it's also really tender to like it's too tender to scratch. And obviously it's got scabs and stuff on it now. It's real bizarre.
Well,
is it a bed bug? Am I admitting to the filthiest?
Yeah, if you say it's a bed bug, basically you've just cut our friendship umbilical cord.
But
Yeah.
I haven't
With
heard of
everyone.
anybody with like a bed bug bite that something happens like I think you are like itchy with the bed bug, but I don't think that
Yeah.
you have like reactions like that.
Yeah. This was definitely a single, maybe 2 bites, but it really only looked like a mosquito bite the day after.
Hmm.
And then it's just
Could
been
it be
getting worse
Zika,
and worse.
Danny?
What's that?
Could it be Zika?
It could be. Has Bergen bitten you in that area? Because the kids are
No.
notoriously dirty.
Bergen bit me on my nose really hard a
wow.
couple weeks ago.
That didn't flare up.
No.
You know what, Tyson? I think that you're probably fine. I mean, take my advice as someone who knows nothing.
I think I'm fine too, but I want to know what it is.
And what this will do is test your marriage, because no matter how disfigured you become, hopefully Rachel will stay.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is with science, I can get some skin from my butthole and
the softest,
graft
most
it.
supple skin of all.
Yeah.
and graft that brownish skin. So it looks like I still have kind of the sun damage and stuff on my face.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like fresh pink skin so that they're like, oh, how come your skin looks so young and vivacious there? I'm
Right
like,
there.
yeah.
It came from the middle of my buttocks.
Right. All right. Well, Tyson, let's
Is there another story to talk about? Or
Rob doesn't know. He's kind of stunned.
Rob, I mean, what would you suggest skin graft wise?
I mean, for your temple, I mean, I think that like you want something that's like what about like your elbow?
Scrotum. Well,
Yeah.
scrotum's great because it's very versatile. It could be stretchy. It can contract at temperature.
Yeah, it seems like you probably have extra skin there.
The hair might be
Yeah.
weird, like that kind of hair growing out near your eye.
Rob, you think I have extra skin on my scrotum, or every guy has extra skin on his
I think that
scrotum?
this seems like the kind of thing where you could, they could just like sort of tighten
There.
it.
Yeah.
It's a square.
As you get older, you get more and more skin that you can donate to other areas of your body.
Yeah, but I don't know that I want the hair follicles of the infamous hair follicles of a scrotum on my face.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. I don't think you need the skin graft.
Not yet, at least.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
not yet at
Hang in
least.
there.
Okay.
Okay. Over in Kuwait, there was a big drug bust that happened as a pigeon was apprehended with a makeshift backpack containing 178 ecstasy pills.
Wow. Pigeons can party hard.
Yeah.
I was going to say, whoa.
So somebody grabbed the pigeon and strapped a package filled with ecstasy on it, and I guess attempted to either send the pigeon somewhere else or just wanted to see what would happen if you tied 178 ecstasy pills to a pigeon, Danny.
Couldn't it have been a homing pigeon or whatever? The
Yeah,
kind of
that's
pigeon they use to send messages?
That's what they're thinking, but they don't know where it was going.
Well, it didn't either because it was super high.
Yeah. Now, could they put like some sort of like tracking device on the pigeon and then send it back out to see where it goes?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I feel like that's genius, Rob.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
The person that it goes to could just say, "What? I didn't tell this pigeon to come here. It just landed."
Of course, I ate the drugs because the pigeon gave them to me, but I didn't order the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Have pigeons learned how to make ecstasy? That's also a possibility.
And what company makes pigeon backpacks?
Yeah, I don't know how they necessarily did that. They sort of just like taped this package of ecstasy to the pigeon. I really don't know how it got intercepted.
They probably is there pictures, or do you think they got a real backpack and then had a seamstress just take it in a little bit for the pigeon?
Yeah, the pigeon backpack looks a little bit kind of like a hacky sack.
Yeah.
That's got like strapped to.
Is it made from human sack?
You
know,
we tied it all full circle back to scrotums.
Who is grabbing pigeons at random? Like, oh, I just normally go out to the park and I just grab pigeons, and I just grabbed this one. It seemed to have a backpack. It's
Could have
very
been
strange.
Somebody who was hard up that's sort of like, hey, that pigeon looks like it has a backpack full of ecstasy.
Or it's like, we need this for the Ozzy Osbourne show.
Mm-hmm.
Need another pigeon to bite the head off of, although I think it was a dove. But it is strange that this pigeon got caught. Like, seriously, how did they find it? Was it in a park? Did someone spot it and thought it looked weird? I just want to know why this pigeon.
Maybe it was a sting operation. Maybe they've been tracking these pigeons for a while and finally got their hands on one.
Yeah. Do you think that there will be repercussions for this pigeon? Will they end up in some sort of like bird cage now?
Yeah, this pigeon's life of freedom is over.
Yeah.
It's a cage for him from now on.
That's it for the pigeon.
Very sad.
But as a pigeon, that's like the dream scenario because like bird seed is better than garbage.
Tyson, you don't know that.
Yeah,
you're just biased towards bird seed because you love it so much. But garbage
bird seed's delicious. Yeah, garbage could be delicious, but I feel like it's a hit or miss with garbage.
Yeah.
It's not consistently delicious.
Although probably this pigeon in the ecstasy trade was probably being well fed, no?
Mm-hmm.
I would think so. They were well taken care of. Unless it was just a mule where the pigeon was like, hey, I got to fly over here. And they're like, hey, do you want to carry this backpack? We just have too much luggage. We get charged a baggage fee if we carry more. So maybe just put this on and then pretend like we don't know each other and just go through security right there.
Just go right through.
Yeah.
You would think that they would at least like fuel up the pigeon. I mean, maybe they're giving him some sort of like Jolt Cola or something on his way out the door to like make sure he has enough fuel to get where he's going.
So wherever they're hiding all the Jolt Cola, that's where we can find the guy who has the pigeons.
It's a little reckless. I don't know the street value of ecstasy, but it seems reckless to strap that onto a pigeon. I mean, they're notoriously... It seems like they're easily distracted by other pigeons, garbage, cars.
Have you never heard the term homing pigeon?
Yeah, I have, but I feel like why not trust it to something more, I don't know, self-aware? Maybe like get a monkey, a little backpack.
A monkey's going to take the drugs itself.
Yeah, I mean, they started off with drug mules. I'm assuming that came from literally mules used to carry drugs, right?
Right.
So, but that would raise suspicion if you had a mule with a backpack on wandering through the streets of Kuwait. So I don't know. I just feel like there might be other better animals out there.
It's tricky.
Maybe I'm wrong.
The tricky spot for to get your ecstasy around in Kuwait, I guess.
Super not easy. Why not use a drone? Just fly. Put the drugs on a drone.
I feel like
just
that's more suspicious. No.
I feel like that's a lot more suspicious.
Well, first of all, drones are becoming more and more common, right?
Okay.
And then
if you pop pigeons,
that's true. And the drone might hit a pigeon.
The common pigeon, especially, which is a species of pigeon.
But it seems like if you're going to send it across town, just use a drone, fly it over, land it on a rooftop. You're golden.
Is there any increased value to the ecstasy after this is like 100% pure pigeon delivered ecstasy?
Yeah, maybe. Or a drone delivered.
Yeah.
Certified pigeon pure.
Yeah, that's sort of like pigeon ecstasy.
Well, I think animal activists might be offended by the fact that pigeons are being used as drug mules.
Well, they're not being hurt.
Yeah, but they're being forced against their will to.
Is it against their will, though?
Until we can develop pigeon speak, to translate, we won't know.
All right, we'll see. We'll see if there are more pigeon-related drug delivery mechanisms that we discover in these next couple of weeks. All right, here's a story from Mike Scal coming to us from Down Under. In a symbolic effort to support the push for same-sex marriage, Ben & Jerry's in Australia is banning same-flavor double scoops of ice cream across the nation. The historically progressive chain claims that love comes in all flavors and will continue to implement the rule until same-sex marriage is legalized in the country. Danny.
I already thought of a workaround.
What is it?
Do you like this?
You just buy 2 single scoops and be like, oh, one's for me and one's not for me. And then right in front of their stupid faces, dump a scoop of ice cream into the same bowl.
Yeah, this is a noble cause, but I don't like the execution here of what they're trying to do.
Of the force?
To me, or what? I mean, two of the same flavors of ice cream does not necessarily represent same gender. To me.
Or some bias against same-sex marriage. I don't understand.
Also, I feel like most people, when they go in, are going to get 2 different flavors anyways, because there's so many flavors there, you can't choose the same one for both scoops. So how many times a day do they have to be like, that's maybe like one time a day.
Well, who even knows about this? It's like, can I get 2 scoops of chocolate in a cone? Actually, no, because of the same-sex ban here in Australia, we're not letting you get same.
And they're like, well, I'm here with my husband is what I call him because it's, it could be a whole thing.
Here's the problem. Nothing hurts a cause more than cutting someone off right before they're about to get delicious ice cream. It's like they were probably all in support, and then all of a sudden they couldn't get their 2 scoops of chocolate ice cream when they craved it more than anything else.
Right.
It's like, now you've got an angry customer and probably somebody who hates everything you believe in.
If anything, that I believe that the, gender analogy, I'm offended by the bad analogy work here. I feel like that the genders are, if I wanted to get 2 cones and no ice cream, that's the right analogy, I feel like.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, because you put one inside of the other.
Or if they say, hey, I want to get all ice cream, no cones. Okay.
And no cups.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that because Australia is forcing us to get a cone and ice cream together. That's all you can get right now. We're not letting you do anything off the menu. You are being forced by these terrible laws here in our country. You can't get just ice cream or just cones. Not yet.
It's tough. I feel like if Ben & Jerry's had more products, they could have executed this a lot better.
You shouldn't build your marketing campaign around sweets. I mean, you shouldn't build your political message around your sweets. Because people who want sweets just want sweets. It's just garbage food that we jam in our faces. And usually we crave it so much, we're willing to pay $5 for a half-empty box. That shows how much we crave it.
To make us feel better for a split second before feeling terrible for the next 4 days.
If you're blocking us from that sugar high, I mean, it can't be good for you. People are going to be so pissed off.
Yeah. So I like the statement. I like what they're trying to do. I just don't like the execution here of it.
I'm sick and tired of statements. I just want all my stuff statement free, right? Let the statements exist outside of all those things I enjoy. Yeah, as statements. I just want my ice cream. I don't want politics with my ice cream.
And Danny just wants his ice cream and wants to enjoy it behind the wheel of a moving vehicle.
Yeah, what about the statements for us who believe nothing? And so we're always being confronted with having to make a decision on something. Why can't we just believe in nothing and enjoy our freaking ice cream?
Yeah, while driving and texting.
While driving and texting and following back all those sex bots.
Yeah, follow. Danny is working actually on an app right now that will automatically find porn bots and follow them.
Well, porn bots probably have feelings, or they will shortly when they become sentient. And so I'm going to have to give them a boost of their own self-esteem.
Yeah, you will.
Okay. And potentially the avatar for the greatest porn bot there is, the hot felon.
He's all over the place.
He's all over the place. He was spotted partying in Cannes with Nicki Minaj this week after he was walking in the Philip Plein fashion show. So hot felon is really just Tyson, that the world's his oyster.
The world really is his oyster. He just keeps, everything keeps coming up hot felon.
Of course, he did have one setback, guys. We didn't talk about
Spider bite?
No.
No, that's a tattoo. That's a teardrop tattoo on his face.
A couple weeks ago, he turned around. He flew to...
That's what you should do, Tyson. You should get that converted.
Get a tattoo over it.
Yeah.
He flew to England for a modeling job and got turned away because of his rap sheet, I think. And so he had to sit in the airport, and then I think they sent him back to the States. No. So it's not all, hot Skittles for this guy. There have been some rough patches, just so you know. Some sympathies, Rob, please.
Yeah.
But he's all over the news. This guy has milked out that 15 minutes like crazy.
Yeah. Hasn't worked as well for hot female felon.
No, but the interesting thing is Cash Me Outside girl, she's like right there. She's just almost getting to cruising altitude, I feel like. She's trying really hard.
Yeah. Okay. What, with being a felon?
Well, no, with kind of like, when you get that initial in the news moment. A lot of people
Making
just
it.
flame out right after that,
Right,
kind of like
right.
Ken and his whatever shirt and pant combo.
Ken Bone.
Ken Bones, but Cash Me Outside girl, she is like, she's managing to stay kind of relevant, and she just needs to get another couple thousand
Doing
feet
it.
up there into this, stratosphere before she can get celebrital orbit
Yeah.
or whatever you would call it. So yeah, this is good news for
Fighting
Hot.
altitude.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how long this lasts. Probably till his next crime spree.
Yeah, at some point he'll need to, get back and if his star starts to lose his luster, he's gonna have to commit a new crime.
And make sure he's super mega hot when they take his picture from it.
Yeah, but he needs the perfect crime. Like he needs to sort of beat up somebody but somebody who's doing something like where we can sort of like
he finds somebody getting
getting 2 scoops of the same flavor.
Kicking a dog in public. He sees somebody kick a dog in public, and he goes out and punches his lights out.
Or how about this? Saves a baby from a hot car or a dog from a hot car.
Yeah,
or either one of those from a hot Carl.
Right, right. Or maybe he sort of could rob someplace that's corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Do something like he needs to do some sort of a crime, but that they could sort of fidget spin it into something where he ends up looking even better. Like he's dangerous, but he's working for us.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
like
don't. He's rock bottom when he gets into fidget spinning porn, though.
Yeah,
that's the new rock bottom.
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I think. He's got plan B. He's fine.
Yeah. Maybe he can get into a fight at a movie theater concession stand about that they're not giving him enough M&Ms. And then he's got a point.
He jumped counter and gives the masses free candies.
Yeah, everybody gets free candy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I like it.
Danny, what's in the bolt hole?
I'm going to give you guys choices.
Ooh.
All right? I like giving you guys options. Another pigeon story. You never knew that you'd get 2 pigeon stories.
2 pigeon stories.
Well, another pigeon
pigeons
story.
are all the rage right now, dude. They're a trending topic.
Pigeon spinners. Yeah.
Invest
Pigeons
in now.
Pineapples or sugar babies and sugar daddies.
Is that evaporated cane juice babies or sugar babies?
That's the term for a younger woman. I think it's a younger woman who goes after older men.
Not sugar babies that you can get in the movie theater with a half-filled box.
No. These are full boxes of all women.
Because I'm not supposed to have sugar daddies or sugar babies with my current condition.
Not with that rash on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one, guys? Pigeons, pineapples, or sugar daddies?
Pigeons. Let's bring this thing full circle.
Yes, this story might explain how they got a hold of the ecstasy pigeon. There is a woman in Japan who has created high heels that look just like pigeons, and she did it, so she claims, so that she can get close to these birds without scaring them away. Now,
Awesome.
These shoes do look pretty good, like pigeons. Right? They actually look like legitimate pigeons. We don't know if she made them or if she just killed some pigeons and emptied them out and turned them into shoes. But they look legit. The only problem is that in the picture where she's standing close to some pigeons, there's also what appears to be a homeless man in Crocs standing just as close. So it's hard to say if the Crocs are more effective than the pigeon shoes.
Also, why do the pigeon shoes have to be high heels? Just for fashion?
No, they look more like pigeons with the high heel setup.
Okay.
Why does she want to get closer to the pigeons?
That is actually the most important question. Was it to retrieve the ecstasy pigeon?
Does she just love ecstasy? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah. So she walks backwards towards the pigeon with the ecstasy. Maybe she was the one that was supposed to retrieve it, but her shoes weren't done in time.
Yeah, I think the guy in the Crocs was definitely trying to get the ecstasy.
He definitely had an inside tip somewhere that ecstasy shipment was arriving in the herd of pigeons.
Right. You know what else can help you get really close to pigeons? Crackers.
There's so many options for getting close to pigeons if that's really what you want.
Is this an issue for anybody that they can't get close enough to pigeons? Like, if anything, it's like, hey, get away from me, pigeons. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I think 50% of Twitter bios are like, can't get close enough to pigeons.
The better shoe would have been a shoe that allows you to kick pigeons out of the way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Tyson, I'm not saying harm the pigeon. If anything, you're protecting the pigeons by removing them from your path so they don't get trampled on. That's what I'm saying.
True. Okay.
This is for the safety of the pigeons.
Like
another weird thing about these
bulldozer
pigeons,
shoe.
The pigeon shoes, I'm looking at them, that because it's a heel, like the shape of it is that the pigeon's head is like at the back, where your like Achilles tendon is. So the head of the pigeon is behind you. So do you have to walk backwards to the pigeons? And if you do, what is the point of being close to these pigeons that you can't have to crane your neck around? You can't even see them.
Yeah. Plus, you're putting the pigeon in danger by walking backwards. You might skewer him with your high heel because it's kind of, while reversing. Mm-hmm. It's very dangerous for the
dangerous
pigeons.
Tyson, you want pigeon shoes?
It depends on how comfortable they are, because I'm 38 now. Mm-hmm. And it's not always. It used to be fashion over function, but now it's coming full circle, and it's going to be, comfort over everything.
Yeah, sweatpants, a whole sweatsuit for Tyson.
That's what time for pigeon
velour.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe we'll see the hot felon. Maybe this is the new trend. 2017. He'll be rocking the pigeon shoe.
Yeah,
he's so cool.
He is pretty good. All right.
For now.
Well, great stuff all around.
Thank you.
Anything else you wanted to mention?
We covered Tyson's open oozing sore and his crown.
Yeah, Tyson, I'm concerned.
I am. He's falling apart.
I am falling apart.
That's
these sex robot bots.
They don't care what you look like, Tyson.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. That was my question.
Yeah, they're not vain.
No. They'll take you anyway with your Cheeto-stained sweatpants, your open oozing sore. They don't care, Tyson.
How do you know what I'm wearing?
I'm just guessing because you just said you're going to take function over fashion, that you went straight to the sweatpants.
Yeah, I actually, when I woke up early this morning to go to the dentist, and I put on these shorts, and then I was like, I feel like you shouldn't wear shorts to the dentist, just like you shouldn't wear shorts on a plane.
I agree.
So I put pants on.
Why? Because then you end up in the chair at like an incline, and you're worried about the dentist's vantage.
I'm not worried about that, but it's just like dude's hairy legs just hanging there on the chair next to the dentist and the hygienist, and everybody's there.
Yeah,
it's just you want to look professional for the dentist.
Danny, you on board? No shorts on a plane?
Oh, I totally agree. Those are the small things that help the world go around. The people who flaunt these rules, these unspoken rules, and I know they're unspoken, they make the world a worse place.
Yeah. My thing is that the temperature on the plane, you don't know how hot it's going to be. You don't know if it's going to be cold on the plane.
Oh, it's always hot. It's always going to be hot before you take off, and then it's always too cold afterwards.
Right. So if you had like breakaway pants, that'd be something.
Yeah. I will wear shorts on a plane if it's a short flight and it's hot in both locales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if it's like 110 degrees here and it's 120 degrees where I'm going, that's okay. And it's like an hour flight, then that's like a.
We should get Nordstrom's to make pants that dissolve in sweat when you start to sweat. Like, it's temperature regulated. The minute you start to sweat, the pants dissolve into either shorts or kind of like a thong bottom for men.
Do they grow back when it gets cold?
No, that's it. It's a one-time use.
One time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they would dissolve first in the least desirable areas.
I have 600,000 pairs of denim thongs here.
Yeah. Maybe if you get some sort of like pants that have sort of like butcher block paper where you can pull them like shorts, and then you could pull down legs for pants.
Oh yeah, that's
like
good.
Rip them off, when the next time you need them.
They have the zip off pants, but
I got a better idea.
In your pockets.
Yeah.
This is what you do. Like, make pants that are like blinds where you can pull them up or down, or twist them and give them more ventilation or less ventilation.
Okay.
You like that? You guys like that?
I like that, Tyson. Why don't you hit up Sloth Tank,
Sloth terrarium.
Sloth Terrarium, and get someone to put some money into that, because that's a good idea.
Okay.
Well,
I will.
Well, we've done it once again. What's the hashtag today?
Baby hot car. Is that what you said, Danny?
Baby hot car.
No, I think Tyson said something else. Well, let's do a quick recap. Lots of candy stories.
We did talk a lot about the candy.
Uh-huh.
The candy lawsuits. We talked a lot about how Danny was bot bait.
Yeah, he was bot bait.
He was baiting the bots, I think.
That makes me sound like I'm an underage user of Instagram. But
hey, Danny, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out and do something today? No, I'm bot baiting. By yourself? Yeah. Well,
Tyson, that's the future. That's the future. Everybody will be bot baiting in the future. I'm ahead of the curve.
Yeah, taking on the bot net.
We could do bot baiting. I feel like that's now a thing that we just invented.
Yeah.
Okay, but will that summon the bots to bait everybody? Now I'll know who to target.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we want to get targeted.
Danny's entire network of associates.
Yeah. Watch out, bots. Danny's a bot bait predator.
Yeah. Watch out. He's coming. For you. For you. All right. Tyson, do we have any reviews of News AF?
Yes.
AF.news.
You know we do, probably. You know what to do. You stall for a second, Rob.
Review bait is what we need from our listeners. Of course, honest reviews only coming up here about how News AF more fascinating than watching fidget spinners on various internet streaming tube sites.
Is it a fake review if some AI porn bot goes on and reviews our iTunes page?
Or what are you saying?
Does it really believe it?
Well, I don't know.
If it's an honest review.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to straighten that out before we start getting bots that respond to our iTunes page.
Yeah. I don't think that's been invented yet.
No, but it will be.
Okay.
I'm getting to it. Where can we go to leave these reviews, Rob?
Go to newsaf.news. Of course, that's the best place to go. You can also subscribe to the podcast that way. Make sure you don't miss an episode of News AF. And also, you can join our Facebook group, Group AF on Facebook. So be sure to look at that. Go to facebook.com/groups/Group AF to join. But no porn bots will be allowed.
Is that true? Because I feel like maybe that would be a sales pitch for people like Danny who are bot predators.
Yeah, come in and blast.
I've already said this. I'm prey. I am not the predator. I am the prey. I'm the pigeon.
I keep getting it wrong. Okay, here we go. You guys ready?
Ready.
Yes.
3 dudes being guys, just being bros. 5 stars. By Chinaman 22944. Oh, a review from China. Rob, Tyson, and Danny are the best. Tyson, you need to quit your job of spending your Survivor winnings and put all your time into snack flavors. You have a true gift. Rob is the best, and all his podcasts are top notch. RHAP for life. And Danny, Danny, the man's got a great boat hole, and he's not even fat. Seriously, he's not. Oh, and they talk about news.
Wow, what a great review.
I love that. He gave us all a little boost. Yeah. I don't need porn bots to boost myself. I just need these reviews.
Here's another review.
Yes.
One more. Okay. For the cultured listener, 5 stars by AJC254. If it's good enough for Bradley Charles Dickworth, it's good enough for me.
BCD making a comeback. Tyson, on Friday night, I was watching TV with my lovely wife. And on your recommendation, we were watching the Norm Macdonald Netflix special.
Okay.
And my wife could not stop reading her Facebook newsfeed.
She hated it.
She could not be more bored
Well, I told you to listen to his audiobook. That's the best thing.
Right.
Are you going to sue her, Rob?
Oh, I have to. Am I going to sue my wife? This is interesting. I didn't think about this.
For the month of Netflix fees.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, she could not have been more bored. I enjoyed it, Tyson. I watched the whole thing. I finished watching it yesterday, but yeah, it was not. You didn't tell me I needed to have like a fidget spinner going at the same time if I was going to get my wife to watch it.
Yeah, no. Wives are tricky. They're hard to please.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever told you that.
Yeah, she could not have. She just that she couldn't. She's so weird with comedians. Once she's like, nope, not for me.
Yeah,
Rachel's hear what they have to say.
Rachel's different, but she will not give anything a shot that I recommend.
Right.
So if I'm like, oh, this looks good, let's watch this. And she's like, okay, I'm going to shop online and do stuff. And then if it looks interesting, I'll tell you about 3/4 of the way through to start it over because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Any male stand-up comedian over 30 years old. My wife was maybe I say like Kevin Hart. She could that maybe like over 40 years old.
She's a Kevin Hart fan?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, then I don't think I know any comedians.
He moves a lot.
Like.
He's like he moves. He doesn't
he's animated.
One spot. Somebody that stands in one spot and tells jokes. That's not enough.
That's not for her. My current favorite, that's been my favorite for probably like 3 or 4 years, is Tom Segura.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, she probably hate him.
Yeah, but you would love him.
Yeah,
I don't like any of those guys. I just listen to this podcast over and over and over again until Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I listen to it on YouTube right as it comes out. I'm going to listen to it on my way to work. Then once it gets released on iTunes and all the other mediums, I listen to it again.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to Scott St. Pierre, who edits the podcast version of this. And of course, News AF intern Lita, who curates all the stories. We'll be back in 1 week's time. First News AF of June coming up next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.